Before we begin, a quick favor. If you've been enjoying the podcast, would you consider leaving a review? It really helps others find this space and join us on their own healing journey and self-discovery. Thank you so much. Welcome back to IFS Meditations and Insights. I'm Tim Fortescue, your guide on this journey toward wholeness through the lens of internal family systems. Together, we're creating a sacred space to explore, accept, and love all parts of ourselves. As we do this work, we open ourselves to experiencing divine love and living more authentically. Let's begin. Today we're going to unpack what internal family systems, or IFS, is all about. Whether this is your first time hearing about IFS or you've been doing parts work for a while, this is an invitation to return to the foundations. These ideas shape how we relate to ourselves, how we heal, and how we grow. IFS is a model of therapy and self-discovery that views the mind as made up of different parts. Think of them as inner voices or subpersonalities, like the inner critic, the achiever, the caretaker, or even the rebel. Each part carries its own perspectives, emotions, and intentions. Here's the key. Each one formed for a reason. Often, they're trying to help us. What I want you to take away more than anything else today is this. You are not broken. You are not a problem to be fixed. All your parts have value. Some parts push you to succeed. Others try to shield you from pain. Some hold grief, fear, or anger. Others are playful, creative, or wise. They've all developed in response to your life experiences. And they've been trying to help in the best way they know how. Beneath all these parts is something deeper, what we call self in the IFS model. Self is not just another part, it's your core. It's the calm, compassionate, clear, and curious presence within you. When self leads, your parts feel safe. They begin to relax, and healing can begin. You don't need to force change. You simply need to connect with self and build trusting relationships with your parts. IFS is not about eliminating parts or silencing them. It's about helping them step out of extreme roles they never wanted in the first place. It's about creating internal harmony, where each part knows it can be heard, respected, and guided, not rejected or overpowered. Let me bring this to life with a personal story, one that might sound familiar. There's a part of me I've come to know well, the achiever. It's not just driven and responsible, it's deeply afraid. Afraid that if I slip up even once, I'll lose everything I've worked for. That I'll be exposed as someone who doesn't really belong. This part of me holds a fear that's rooted in where I come from, Southern Appalachia, here in the U.S. A place I'm grateful for and also worked hard to leave. The achiever believes that if I fail, I'll end up back there. Not just geographically, but emotionally, socially, even spiritually. Back in a life where dreams weren't safe, and survival meant keeping your head down. It whispers, if you make one mistake, they'll find out you're not cut out for this world, that you never really belonged in it to begin with. And so it pushes, It demands perfection, constant proving, no room for rest. In the past, that part ran the show. And when I couldn't keep up, when exhaustion hit, another part would collapse. I'd feel overwhelmed and shut down. Then, almost immediately, another part would pounce. The critic. You're lazy. You should be doing better. What's wrong with you? Before I knew I had parts, I thought this was just who I was. Inconsistent, unreliable, not enough. But IFS taught me something different. I started to get curious. What if the achiever is trying to protect me from shame and invisibility? What if the exhausted part is just waving a red flag? What if the critic, and all of these parts are younger? What if the critic believes harshness is the only way to survive? And something began to shift. I stopped trying to silence them and started listening. Now I might say, thank you, achiever, for trying to protect me. I know you carry a heavy burden. I hear you, exhausted one. You deserve rest. Critic, I see that you're scared too. But I'm leading now. You're not alone. And they continue to trust me. They continue to soften. And they trust that they don't need to push so hard because they know we're in this together. They're not alone. This isn't a one-time fix. These parts still show up, but now we're in relationship. And I'm leading with care. And that's what we're trying to do here with this IFS stuff. So many of us walk through life feeling like we're too much or not enough. We try to push away our pain, control our behaviors, or silence the parts we don't like. And these are actually those firefighters that are reacting to keep us safe because they don't know who we are today. And what if our parts don't need to be controlled? What if they just need connection? That's what IFS invites us into, not perfection, but presence, a practice of listening inward instead of managing. That's what IFS invites us into, not perfection, but presence, a practice of listening inward instead of managing over or shutting down. So wherever you are on your journey, whether you're overwhelmed by your parts or just beginning to notice them, know this. IFS offers a compassionate, curious, and deeply human way to relate to yourself. You don't need to fight your parts. You can welcome them, listen to them, build trust with them. Because every part of you is worthy of care. You don't necessarily need a therapist or a coach to begin, though those are wonderful companions. You can begin right here, right now, with one breath, one pause, one moment of noticing. And if you'd like support along the way, I invite you to the Faithfully Growing community. This is where I share my own parts work, lead weekly sessions, answer your questions, and offer meditations and resources. And I'd love to have you join. You can learn more and check it out and join if it feels right at exploreifs.com. But before we close, take a moment right now to breathe. Can you notice one part that's been active lately? And just say hello. Thank it for trying to help. Let it know, I'm here. I want to get to know you. That's where the healing begins. Thanks for being here. Keep showing up with compassion. All parts are welcome. That wraps up another episode of IFS Meditations and Insights. If you found value in today's session, please follow, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit. Your positive review helps more people discover this healing work. For more IFS meditations and resources, visit exploreifs.com. And until our next session, be gentle with yourself.